Okay, that's done. Really interested in what's going on with the Gnosis now. I would like for this to stop saying new. Tides of Justice. Probably never gonna use the Traveler unless the game tells me I have to. Yes, give me another fate. Okay. Man, I'm really interested in where this plot line is going. Also, where the heck was that, it's on top of this, isn't it? The, vision. Gonna have to climb this whole structure. Well, let's try. There should be a resting part up here, so we can do it in pieces. Also, after Skirk brought up gold, I really want to know what gold looks like. I want Albedo's parent in my life. Eight days later, we will make it to the top of this thing. And then I'm gonna find out there's one of those like little water things that shoots you up high that I could have used instead of climbing. It's gonna be fun. I see you, Oculus. Or rather, I hear you. Looks like there's a rest spot coming up, maybe? I see it. It's gonna happen. And I have plenty of food that'll fix my lack of stamina. Perfect amount of stamina. Okay. That's done. What is this telling me? Oh, I can now do Farina's quest. Yeah, just unlock it. Not doing this today. Give my key back. Okay.
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days.
I think the first thing I want to do now is finish this event, the long-failed graph adversarial technology, just to get it out of the way. And then we'll probably clear out a bunch of the world quests that I have not done yet because they take forever and I'm lazy. But I really need my reputation in Fontaine to be higher than it is now.
Huh? Isn't that Charlotte? What could she want with Lapine Pauline?
Pretty please with the cherry on top, Charlotte? Journalist extraordinaire? Please tell me you're joking. I read that a gang of criminals tricked the Gardamex by disguising themselves as blubber beasts. It's true, isn't it? It has to be. I've invested all my savings into graph adversarial
Disguising themselves as blubber beasts.
A sizable bank loan. I'm begging you like the beggiest beggar in all of begdom.
Beggiest beggar.
Okay.
And she's slamming her head on the ground.
Pauline. I admire your passion for your research
And I don't mean to dash your hopes for those, big ticket orders. But I'm afraid I'm not joking. The Blubber Beast incident was a short story mailed to us by an anonymous amateur author, written in the style of a true story.
Amateur author?
Oh, Paimon sees what happened here. Sounds like the report Lapine Pauline read in the Steambird wasn't in the news section after all.
It was a work of
Oh, no.
fiction.
I actually remember being in a meeting where the editing team was debating the potential risk of misleading the public with this story. They even went to Maison Gardiennage for advice. But to our surprise, they fully supported us printing it. They figured that the false intel would be a great way to dupe potential criminals into wearing ridiculous costumes when breaking the law. In truth, Gardamex are extremely sophisticated in their capabilities. They can identify criminals just as reliably as the best human guards, so a crude disguise isn't gonna get you far. If anything, it'll just make you stand out all the more. Since we ran that story, the Maison Gardiennage has made a slew of arrests, including, one phantom blubber beast, a titanic red-crowned finch, and a specter man.
Someone
So I know the
disguised
story helped
themselves
out law
as a
enforcement, but
finch.
this is the first time I'm learning of an innocent citizen being deceived by it.
At least the
Invested
other
so much
things are
more for
human-sized. She didn't need someone to scam her out of her life savings. She scammed herself.
Project is based on a fictional story? Which means we're not gonna get a big bonus after all. But more importantly, she's gonna lose everything she's invested.
Traveler, Paimon, you're back! I was in the area taking some photos for a story when I got to talking to Miss Lapine Pauline about her research. She told me about your collaboration. She was hoping I could write an article to spread awareness about image recognition technology. She even paid me for the article and gave me one of her prototype devices before I could get a word in.
Hey,
I
she paid me
unfortunately
too.
had to dash her
Let's just
hopes,
go.
And I'm afraid all your hard work was in vain too. She's desperately trying to find a way to rescue the project and get you the Mora you're due. I've tried to let her down gently, but she's finding it all very hard to accept.
This is a new situation for us, too. It's such a pity. It seems like the author was only trying to make the story interesting, and the Maison Gardiennage only had Fontaine's best interest in mind.
She is just a victim of a
Oh,
misunderstanding.
wait! Miss Lapine Pauline, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pick a fight with a Gardamek, head to the opera at Biclez, and get a one-way ticket to the Fortress of Meropide. That way, I won't have to repay my debts. It's the only way I can afford
I don't
to keep
think
on
that's
living.
how that works.
Whoa! There's no need to go that far. I mean, come on. Look at you. You wouldn't even dent the Gardamex armor. In all likelihood, they'd only hold you up at the Maison Gardiennage for a few days before letting you out, and then you'd still have to repay your debts. Actually, instead of going into the technicalities of that, how much did you actually invest? How bad can it really be?
270,000 Mora.
That's really
Okay,
not that bad.
Well, escaping to the Fortress of Meropide over a sum like that seems like a last resort. Surely there must be other options.
Not anymore. I used to be an equipment supplier to the Fontaine Research Institute before that blew to pieces, and now I'm just a small-time engineer. I scraped together some savings over the past few years, but I put every last Mora into this project, and now I'm left with nothing. It's not just my savings that are gone. It's my whole future as a graph adversarial technology specialist and my dreams of becoming a billionaire one day.
But you have no one to blame but yourself. You should not invest all of your money in anything. Like, ever.
My life is over.
Don't despair, Miss Lapine Pauline. I think I know a way for you to turn this around. This prototype you've given me, the camera lens for image recognition sample collection. It's really quite something. You said you designed it specifically for high-fidelity image capture and analysis, yes? The rapid focal length adjustment is a very useful function in its own right. It's sure to make many journalists' jobs much easier, In fact, I'd say it has the potential to revolutionize Fontaine's news media. So your research efforts thus far are by no means in vain. The technology you've developed may have many applications that you've never even considered.
Really?
Absolutely. I've been working as a journalist for the Steambird for a long time now. No one understands the issues we journalists face on a day-to-day basis better than me. So keep calm, take heart, and start thinking about mass production. In the meantime, I'll show your invention to all my colleagues to drum up interest in your product.
I can't believe it. If this is true, then I can look into setting up a whole camera lens development pipeline. My big-ticket orders and billionaire aspirations are still in the cards.
She pivoted very
I should
quickly.
consider taking out another loan. That way, I can rapidly improve the lens production process.
No.
The first to market,
Stop
prepare
taking
to
out
battle for dominance
loans.
in the camera industry.
Come on, stop daydreaming about your pipelines for a minute. Just take it one step at a time and see how it goes. There's no sense in putting all your eggs in one basket before things are even off the ground.
Being overly ambitious might come back to bite you.
And I can probably speak to some people I know and license my image recognition device to a workshop to raise some funds. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. There's no time to lose. I need to get to work. Early bird gets the worm.
Can you believe her? She just ran off.
But she's not having a mental breakdown anymore, so we can just be on our way.
It's understandable. When inspiration and passion strike at the same time, it's all too easy to throw yourself headfirst into your work and forget about everyone around you. A lot of journalists are the same way when they're first starting out. But don't you worry. I'm gonna write an article on all this, and I'll be checking in on her regularly. Her
Charlotte is
research
too
has the
nice of a
potential to
person.
benefit the entire journalistic community. I'll give her plenty of input to stop her from going down any rabbit holes, and make sure mass production of her lens can begin as soon as possible.
It's reassuring to know that you'll be looking out for her, Charlotte.
Star journalist to the rescue.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you two take this prototype lens? I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances to use it on your travels. It takes the right person to get the most out of a new technology. In your hands, it's sure to capture some amazing sights.
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. No bonus, no biggie. This makes everything worth it.
You're welcome. I got something out of this too. The beginnings of a very interesting news story. The boundaries between real news reports and news-like fiction must not be blurred, even when there's a compelling justification for doing so. Yes, that's how I'll phrase it to the editors when I give them my feedback. Let's hope we don't mislead any more well-meaning citizens in the future.
Interesting. Oh, special analysis zoom lens. This is a thing I actually get. After activating the special analysis zoom lens through the inventory or the gadget shortcut bar, you can use your camera to use a special photo taking function. After Charlotte activates this gadget, the original effects of framing, freezing point composition's hold mode cannot take effect. But you can use special methods to take photos. Sure. I don't really take photos in this game, so yep. That's just gonna sit there with all of the other cameras that I have. Yep. What is this? Tears among the stars. A drop of water obtained from within the colossal beast. Sure. One day those will serve a purpose. Okay. Stop saying new. Give me my one Primo Gem. Now I want to... I definitely marked a couple of quests on my screen. Yeah, here's one. Let's do this one.